Kazakhstan and Germany are important trade partners. This year, the countries are marking the 26th anniversary since the establishment of the diplomatic relations. The parties achieved impressive results. Over these years, the countries have been cooperating in sectors such as agriculture, energy, education, mechanical engineering, and digital transformation. However, the parties believe that the main achievement is the increased trade turnover this year. The trade turnover totaled 4 billion euros last year and is expected to increase by 1 billion euros this year.
According
to the German statistics, trade has risen by 21% in the last 8 months of this year. We expect the turnover to total more than 5 billion euros by the end of the year. However, it is not a limit. We need to continue to work as we have great potential. Kazakhstan's beneficial location between Europe and Asia, tax preferences, and a favorable business climate make the country attractive for German investors and businessmen. Currently, there are 900 German invested companies registered in Kazakhstan.
Für deutsche Investoren ist Kasachstan natürlich hochinteressant, der große Markt. Wir reden nicht über den lokalen Markt.
Many German companies are interested in working in Kazakhstan. They see Kazakhstan as an attractive country with a large market, with a population of 18 million people and a potential market of 180 million people, taking into account the neighboring countries. Germans are interested in agricultural and renewable energy projects. The German investors are also attracted by the government support, which allows them to implement their business projects in a short time.
In Kasachstan, Astana oder auch in anderen Regionen sitzen, kommt man eine gewisse Geschwindigkeit in das Investment.
A meeting of the Kazakh-German Business Council will be held on December 7th in Berlin. The participants are planning to sign several memorandums and discuss new investment projects that will be implemented in Kazakhstan. This year, 3 new oil and gas fields have been emerged on the map of Kazakhstan. Reserves of Nurjanov, Uaz Severny, and Bukhar Sai reach nearly 2.5 million tons. Experts say that there is still unprocessed oil in the ground. Therefore, there is a need for aggressive geological prospecting. Analysts state that the industry will not lose its strategic value for a long time.
По Казахстану нефтедобывающими компаниями добыто чуть более 80 миллионов тонн нефти.
In Kazakhstan, oil companies have produced over 80 million tons of oil. From this volume, more than 63 million tons were exported. The rest went to the republic's refineries. Oil production has increased by 106.7%.
На нефтеперерабатывающие заводы республики. Объем добычи нефти увеличен на 106,7%.
Most of the revenues to Kazakh economy are provided by 3 supergiants, specifically Tengiz, Karachagana, and Kashagan. They will dominate for a long time. Experts say that the oil production will peak in 2035. Today, 277 oil fields are known in Kazakhstan. Nearly 50 of them have been discovered in the last 10 years. Another important goal is to use new technologies in development of fields.
То есть тот весь объем, который находится в недрах, мы из него извлекаем только 30%.
We extract only 35 to 40% of the volume. The rest remains in the depth. We must use technology, specifically nanotechnology, in order to extract more volumes.
Технологии более современные, более нанотехнологии.
Oil exploration costs a lot than finding solid minerals. There is no guarantee that the investment will be paid off. Nevertheless, according to the latest data, Kazakhstan has enough reserves of hydrocarbons. The volume has increased from 22 to 76 billion tons. According to a geological industry development program, 40 billion tenge have been allocated for annual exploration from 2015 to 2019.
Мы сейчас и недропользователи в том числе нацелены на изучение глубоких горизонтов.
We and subsoil users are focused on the study of deep horizons using new technologies, seismic exploration, and other types of geophysical studies that allow us to predict deposits at deeper horizons. You might have heard that a few years ago, the Eurasia project was proclaimed for the purpose of studying the Caspian lowland at great depths and drilling well with a depth of more than 12,000 to 15,000 meters.
Там предусматривалось бурение глубокой скважины глубиной более 12 тысяч, то есть до 15 тысяч погонных метров.
Kazakh experts say that oil will play a significant role in the global energy balance for upcoming decades. These energy resources will determine the vector of Kazakhstan's economic development for a long period. Therefore, experts say that oil and gas exploration is the most important state goal. Kazakhstan has climbed in the world ranking of the best health systems. Now the country joined the top 50. These are results of a study by the American Bloomberg. It was based on data from the World Health Organization, the United Nations, and the World Bank. Over the past 3 years, nearly 100 new technologies have been approved and put into practice in Kazakhstan, including robot-assisted surgery. Soon the country plans to open a modern molecular and genomic laboratory.
Мы готовы уже запустить молекулярно-геномную лабораторию.
We are ready to launch the molecular and genomic laboratory and begin full-scale DNA sequencing, as well as study the various options for expression of signal molecules, as well as the study of biomarkers that we will receive in these studies.
Изучение биомаркеров, которые мы будем получать в этих исследованиях.
The pharmaceutical industry is also dynamically developing in the country. Comparing to the previous year, the production volume of medicines in domestic factories has increased by 73%. Now many medicines are in demand not only in Kazakhstan but also in foreign markets. The most important criterion is quality in the current highly competitive market conditions, experts say.
Мы поставляли в 2010 году, государство закупало порядка 15%.
We delivered in 2010. The state purchased from domestic enterprises nearly 15% of the total. Today, according to the latest indicators, 30 to 35% of the state procurement comes from domestic enterprises. More than half are local medicines. They should join export markets, primarily the Russian market. These are drugs that are in demand not only in Kazakhstan but also in foreign markets.
Если смотреть среди ассортимента, то более половины уже препаратов это отечественные препараты.
The European Union is set to enhance cooperation with Central Asia. Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan and Turkmenistan reviewed a new EU strategy draft to strengthen the cooperation. Experts opine Kazakhstan is the leader of the region in the partnership with the EU. Other countries in the region are only planning to update the contractual documents, while Kazakhstan was the first country to conclude the enhanced partnership and cooperation agreement with the EU.
Соглашение, оно ратифицировано подавляющим большинством европейских.
This agreement has been ratified by the overwhelming majority of the European countries. Recently, the United Kingdom and Ireland announced the completion of their domestic procedures and the documents' approval in their parliaments. There are 3 countries that will soon hopefully complete the ratification of this document. The European Union is Kazakhstan's largest trade, economic and investment partner. Kazakhstan is ready to provide a dialogue platform for the cooperation between the EU, the EAEU and China. Kazakhstan has also proposed to establish a single web portal that can become a single virtual window to Europe for 70 million people of Central Asia.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Central Asia is a region where there is a strong and increasing demand for new partnerships, for a diversification of partnerships. We share this interest to strengthen our engagement, whether it is on security, on trade, on energy, on connectivity, on development matters. The list would be very long. We had a useful exchange of views during the ministerial about the new strategy on Central Asia that the European Union is planning to adopt next year.
Cooperation between the EU and the Central Asian countries cover many sectors, including the cultural and humanitarian ties.
Thank you. Please.
Программная статья главы государства Нурсултана Абишевича Назарбаева.
The Kazakh president Nursultan Nazarbayev's article, The 7 Facets of the Great Step, also calls for the wider international cooperation in order to draw more attention to the vast historical and cultural heritage of Kazakhstan and the Central Asian countries. We can receive the assistance of the EU as there are many scientists in Europe who are particularly interested in the Turkic studies.
Большое внимание уделяют тюркологии.
I can also announce 124 million euros in support of sustainable development across all 5 of the Central Asian countries. The programs we are financing will help to develop the private sector, trade and investment, will help protect the environment, tackle climate change, promote the rule of law, and create effective and inclusive education policies.
The 5 countries of the region are set to strengthen cooperation with the European Union. The parties are planning to hold a regular EU Central Asia meeting scheduled to take place in the first half of next year. The Central Asian countries are addressing topics of water use in a coordinated manner. At the Forum of a Small Council, experts discussed the effective use of a strategic resource, particularly an improvement of infrastructure, introduction of a water metering system, and modern technologies that allow setting up production processes. For example, a GIS map can provide all the information on access to water, its quantity, seasonal changes, and even geographic details.
Мы определяем бассейн рек с помощью спутниковых данных. То есть раньше мы создавали...
We define the location of a river basin using satellite data. We used to create old maps. Now we use satellite data and accurately determine the size of the pool. For example, Dekhans are not aware of boundaries of their sections because there are many overlays on paper maps.
Своих участков, да? Потому что в бумажных картах там очень много накладок.
As a pilot project, farmers in Jambil region are changing the water supply system. They laid pipes, strengthened wells, installed peripheral equipment, and installed drip irrigation. Results were immediate. Water losses have been reduced by tenfold. Most importantly, the efficiency of its consumption has increased.
Даже незаметно, что мы берем какую-то воду, вы понимаете?
It is even unnoticeable that we receive some water. Previously, neighbors looked and indeed 80 to 100 liters were served. This is a large flow of water. It's like a big dual console sprinkler 100. In general, it can't be seen that we get water. We laid these pipes and they're absolutely 100% efficient. It takes only 3 minutes for water to pass from here to a garden.
До сада 100%. И за 3 минуты доходит.
Accounting is an important factor when creating the system of efficient water use. Employees of special departments used to independently calculate volumes of annually incoming water to fields and gardens, an approximate amount of reserve and possible shortage of water. Experts are proposing to automate the system and control the water supply volumes.
У кого большие площади, там гектар, 2, 5 гектаров, мы поставим прибор.
Who has a large area like 2 or 5 hectares? We can install the device. It starts watering. Then a counter is turned on and it starts measuring. It tracks not just how many liters, but how many cubic meters are consumed. Payment is done according to the delivery amount. This device counts money and shows how much water is consumed and how much should be paid. The Central Asian region has over 200 small transboundary rivers. Experts say that joint meetings and discussions will give a new level of cooperation between countries and build relationships between water users living in the basin of a particular river. Foreign experts discussed Kazakhstan's role and President of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev's personal contribution to strengthening global security. Representatives of international organizations highlight the importance of Kazakhstan's efforts in the Syrian negotiations in Astana, and especially as part of nuclear disarmament.
Afghanistan is more and more viewed as a country that is not only a problem and a source of instability, but also a potential key country for Central Asian countries, Central Asian economies, in order to access the South Asia, which is becoming increasingly important.
World experts and representatives of international organizations speak not only about Kazakhstan's invaluable contribution to strengthening global security. They highlight the fact that due to President Nazarbayev's efforts, it became possible for interaction and cooperation of many states to promote ideas of peace and harmony.
Kazakistan'da her yıl düzenlenen bu toplantılara Türkiye olarak büyük.
History of each state has difficult times. Turkey also had one of them in July 15, 2016, when a military coup attempt was made in the country. Mr. Nazarbayev was the first among the foreign statesmen to show support for our state. Following this, on August 5, 2016, he visited Turkey as a sign of support. This act is a good demonstration of what we are talking about here today, particularly a trust in security and cooperation.
Kazakistan bu büyük Türk coğrafyasının
Software developers, miners and investors discussed the prospects of cryptocurrency and blockchain technologies. The event took place at the Astana Hub Technology Park. Kazakh and foreign young developers presented their innovative digital currency projects. The Astana Hub set an ambitious task of attracting over 67 billion tenge of investments by 2022. The hub is developing certain tools and programs to achieve this goal. For example, they plan to establish an association of venture capitalists.
Мы собрали инновационные стартапы, разработчиков, трейдеров.
We have brought together innovative startups, developers, traders, miners, and business practitioners. They will share their experiences and network. Our platform attracts investments in startups using Bitcoin. Investors are people from all over the world who use Bitcoin.
Со всего мира, не только казахстанцы, со всего мира, которые пользуются биткоином.
Мы презентуем проект, это торговая площадка, также социальная сеть для компаний. Это платформа.
Our project is a trading platform and a social network for companies. This platform is based on blockchain technology that ensures that all the operations are recorded in the blockchain. The companies can also make online deals without intermediaries, conclude smart contracts, and pay for the goods and services with cryptocurrency.
Заключая смарт-контракты, оплачивая за товары и услуги криптовалюты.
Honored artist of Kazakhstan, Toygan Izim is preserving the Kazakh dance traditions which have deep roots. She dedicated 50 years of her life to the national choreography development. She performed Kazakh dances for 27 years and has been sharing her skills and knowledge to the younger generation for the last 23 years. Today, Toygan Izim is considered as one of the most renowned and valued Kazakh dance teachers. The professor has knowledge and skills and a PhD in art history.
Бүгінгі күнгі қазақ биінде мына қайта оралу жүріп жатыр. Қайта оралу дегеніміз не ол? Біздің бір уақытта біз
Today our Kazakh dance is being revived and developed, and it is well presented on the stage in Kazakhstan. Modern dancers turn to folklore more frequently. Dancing in the ancient folklore genre, they stage dances in a new way and make new discoveries. That is how the folklore is being renewed and the art becomes more understandable to people of the next generation. Our specialist has performed a lot of work to reach this level.
жаңарту, сахнаға халыққа, мысалы кейінгі ұрпаққа түсінікті қылып қою. Сол бағытта жүріп жатқан жұмыстар бар.
The Kazakh National Academy of Choreography is working on preserving the unique Kazakh cultural heritage. The Academy has a collection of Kazakh music masterpieces, archival data, manuals, and books. The Academy students are learning the ancient traditions of the Kazakh dance.
Темірбек Жүргенов атындағы Қазақ ұлттық өнер академиясының студенті боламын. Қазіргі таңда мобильдік құрылыммен бірінші жартыжылдықта.
I am a student of the Kazakh National Academy of Arts. Currently, I am also studying at Kazakhstan's National Academy of Choreography. I learned a lot about the Kazakh dance, its forms and details from Toygan Izim. I really like learning this art.
Түрлерін өзіне алдым. Маған бұл би өте қатты ұнайды, қазақ биі.
The Kazakh dance is the national treasure of Kazakhstan. It allows understanding the people, including their culture and national identity. The dance always reveals the philosophy and the outlook of the Kazakh people. Therefore, experts believe that it is important to promote this unique treasure of the great steppe on the international arena, as the Kazakh dance can demonstrate the culture of Kazakhstan.
Наши ученики, наши артисты именно с казахским танцем выигрывают международные конкурсы.
Our students and artists win international competitions with the Kazakh dance. We can see the reactions of foreign viewers when we tour abroad. The spectators see the beauty in body movements, beautiful costumes, and brilliant music. The audience is always thrilled to see how the music is expressed through dance.
Гениальной музыки. И как эта гениальная музыка воплощается через пластику тела.
Recently, the Kazakh dance documentary received the Kulagir National Award of the Kazakh Union of Cinematographers. The film immerses into the history and establishment of the national choreographic art. This is another proof that the Kazakh dance is a valuable cultural heritage of the Kazakh people, which must be cherished and preserved.